iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Everybody, it's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. All right, so let's get to it. The notes, the prescription notes, the week in review for week number 11. It's getting very dicey here in the fantasy season. Got only a couple of weeks left to get this job done to get us in the playoffs. So the Giants and the Chiefs. So Kareem Hunt, I took him second in Las Vegas in 2 different leagues. I don't regret it. Well, I do regret it. But let's see. I didn't regret it at the time, but I think I'm regretting it now. Kareem Hunt was so good when the year started. Do you remember how good he was? And then since that point, he's been nothing but above average. I mean, look at these numbers, right? We know them. 148 yards and a touchdown, 81 and 2, 172 and 1, 100, 107. And then Andy Reid gets stupid. It's the only word I can have for it. 9 carries, 21 yards, 22 carries, 46 yards, 9 carries, 37 yards. It's not enough. It's not enough. Alex Smith looks horrific. There's huge wins yesterday in MetLife Stadium, and they're throwing the football 40 times. Hand the ball off. This is not hard. Not hard. Travis Kelce throwing a tight end option? Seriously, that's the play call you have? That the Chiefs lost this game is criminal. That the Giants won this game is just mind-boggling. The Giants can't even lose correctly. All I want you to do as a New York Giant fan, I want you to suck. Please just suck. And the fans are cheering. Unreal. I don't want to win. I want the number 1 pick. That's what I want. I don't care if they beat the Chiefs. I don't care if they beat the Chiefs. 5-11 is not a good year. Be 1-15, get me the number 1 pick. Help me out. Orleans Darkwa helped you out. 20 for 74. He was great in a touchdown. The Giants, to their credit, Travis Kelce, 8 receptions, 109 yards, but they didn't let up a touchdown. Good job, G-Men. Way to go there. So I've got an idea. Tampa Bay and Miami. So here's my idea. Matt Moore stinks in the first quarter. When he starts, he's really bad. But he's really good when he comes in. So I think the plan should be to start Jay Cutler in every game, let him play a series or 2, pull him out, bring in Matt Moore. They'll be great. I have no problem with that. It's like Kurt Rambis. Remember when Kurt Rambis played for the Lakers? He played for like the first 5 minutes, pulled him out, and came Michael Cooper, game over. That's how the Lakers did it. Matt Moore comes in, throws for 282 yards and a touchdown. Very predictable because Tampa Bay's defense really is that bad. But Jay Cutler managed to throw 3 interceptions. Only Jay Cutler could manage that. Kenyon Drake, just a major disappointment. 7 carries, 4 yards, 1 reception, 10 yards. Whereas Damian Williams looked very good. I mean, he had 1 huge carry. But still, I'll take it, right? 10 for 78, we'll use it. Kenny Still, 7 for 180 and a touchdown. Where'd that come from? So I'm seeing here, I'd have to check. Let me check. 1 moment, please. Because this is just, it was mind-boggling to me. So, yeah, give me a second. I'm checking out some history here on DFS. So one of my friends, let's see, 1 moment, please. All right, here it is, the Sunday $1 million, right? I believe, the winner was Drew Dinkmeyer, who I hold in the highest regard. I do. I hold him in high regard. He owned Kenny Stills at 1%. How would you have come up with that? The rest of his team I get, Breeze and Ingram and McCoy, Keenan Allen, Crowder, Gronk, Gostkowski, Ravens. I'm on board. I get all that. How would you have known that Kenny Stills was going to go off? I mean, were you just thinking that Tampa's defense is so bad? I guess so. I guess so. I mean, great job. 7 for 180 and a touchdown. No wonder he's winning $250,000, and I'm not. I just didn't see that one. For Tampa Bay, I don't ever want to hear a sentence with the word Doug Martin in it unless it's Doug Martin sucks, I cut Doug Martin, I hate Doug Martin. These are the only sentences that I want the words Doug Martin in. Otherwise, please don't ever use the word Doug Martin in a sentence with me. By the way, O.J. Howard looks really good. Cameron Brate disappearing. O.J. Howard looks really good. Really, really good. Speaking of really good, I just was almost physically ill when I saw Donta Foreman get injured. This guy, 10 carries, 65 yards, 2 touchdowns, looking like the beast I knew he would be. I told you guys, this was the stash and cash guy who could win you a league at the end of the year. And there he goes and he gets injured. It just terrible. Terrible. I'm so upset. I really am. I never want to see injuries like that. I just don't. I never want to see an injury like that. And maybe, no, there's nothing good about it. I just don't ever want to see an injury like that. DeAndre Hopkins, 4 for 76 and a touchdown. I gave you guys Bruce Ellington, 6 for 63. I thought he could have done more. Okay, but still was a decent day. CJ Fedorowicz, 2 for 18. Arizona, you can't run against the Houston Texans. That's it. Blaine Gabbert, 257 yards, 3 touchdowns. I gave you the Gabbert to Fitzgerald. Did I not? I did, didn't I? Adrian Peterson, 14 carries, 26 yards. Terrible. Ricky Seals-Jones played at Texas A&M. Wasn't very good at Texas A&M. But, I don't know. Looked pretty good yesterday. Looked very good. Shockingly good. Jacksonville and Cleveland. Man, I don't know what Hugh Jackson sees in DeShone Kizer, but it's really bad. I mean, this guy is just overmatched. Now, I know it's not a fair thing to say that it's against Jacksonville. I get it. Jacksonville's defense is absolutely outstanding. Outstanding. That's the only word I have for it. But Kaiser's still missing plays. He's just not giving them any shot. Duke Johnson, careful. Just pay attention this week to see if he's injured or not. I think he had something in the end of that game. It was nice to see Corey Coleman back 6 for 80. For Jacksonville, Leonard Fournette played well. I did bench him in a couple of leagues. I don't regret doing it. I didn't see he was going to get 28 carries. He did leave at the end of the game with an injury, that ankle. I think he re-injured that ankle, so watch that closely. That's going to be something very critical. I don't know whether he plays this week. They play Indianapolis at home. Could be a good week to bench him. They're going to win that game with Chris Ivory or not. All right, the Chicago Bears and Detroit Lions. First of all, the Lions' running game was abysmal, 24 for 65. But Matthew Stafford is playing at a very high level. Marvin Jones catches a touchdown. TJ Jones, Kenny Golladay gets in the mix. And Matt Prater kicks a huge field goal when he needs it. You know, I'm a big fan of Matt Prater. Just gets in there and he bombs a field goal. 2 for 252 yards, wins the game for him. Right? Connor Barth tried to do the same. How was it working for him? Not working very well at all. I think Mitch Trubisky's getting better. And I want you to keep your eyeballs on Adam Shaheen. He's real deal, guys. Deion Sims is not going to be the starter next year. It's going to be Adam Shaheen. I like him a lot. He's on my radar for next year as my sneaky Cameron Brate type of tight end. Right? There's always a guy like that. That's my guy. All right, the Rams against the Vikings. Jared Goff did not look good at all. I mean, the Vikings defense played exceptionally well. But Robert Woods, 8 for 81. Cooper Kupp, 6 for 64. Woods got injured at the end of the game. Watch that closely. Watch that closely. Sammy Watkins still 3 for 36. They're not getting any tight end production from Ever to Higbee. Not good enough. Cooper Kupp fumbles that one on like the 1 yard line. That was really bad. That could have been another Gurley touchdown right there. Case Keenum looks terrific. Lat Murray looked really strong, but I thought the best player in the field was Adam Thielen. He catches that touchdown, and nobody can catch him. I mean, you look at Thielen, he doesn't look very fast, does he? And boom, 65-yard touchdown. Unreal. Unreal. Got to give him all the credit in the world. Speaking of credit, I give credit to the Ravens for just hanging around this year. They're a much better team right now. They are much better than they had been all year. They look pretty good. The Packers stink. Brett Hundley's not the guy there. They're going to have to replace him. When Aaron Rodgers is done, the answer is not Brett Hundley. The only guy playing well with Brett Hundley is Devontae Adams, who had 10 targets, 8 receptions, 126 yards. Baltimore could have done better, but they didn't need to. Joe Flacco was on fire, 22 for 28, 183 yards and a touchdown. Mike Wallace looked good. Macklin looked good. This looked good. Danny Woodhead played, had 5 receptions. I think the Ravens are going to be much better. I think they're a very sneaky team. They have the Texans next week. What do you know about that? You know the following. You know that you can't run against the Texans. I like Joe Flacco. Could be a Joe Flacco week. Just throwing it out there for you. Throwing it out there. Flacco to Wallace to Macklin to Woodhead. Boom, 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 boom. You can't run against the Texans, so just file that away. Dr. Roto gave you that one. Washington and New Orleans, man. I mean, Washington just blows this game. Once Chris Thompson went out, it was a problem. It was. Josh Doctson played well. Jamison Crowder played well. And Samaje P. Ryan looked really good. So I just want to say, if you listen to these podcasts, you knew that. I told you the game was too fast for him, and it was slowing down, and he looked exceptional. So it was really good to see that. And if Chris Thompson's out for any length of time, P. Ryan can catch the football. Watch him. He will be even better. He was the guy to own there. I really like him. For New Orleans, you guys are burying Drew Brees. I wasn't. This was a game where he was going to throw the football. 385 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ingram still ran 134 yards, but he only had 11 carries. They were throwing, and Kamara is just a beast. Just a beast. Okay, I feel very badly for Nathan Peterman. I do. 5 interceptions. 5 interceptions. Look, I don't think he's that bad, but I don't think Tyrod Taylor's that good. But Tyrod Taylor played well, and he probably will be named the quarterback again. I think if I was Sean McDermott, I probably would have to go back to Tyrod Taylor. I'd have to do that until I was eliminated from the playoffs, and then I'd go back to Peterman. I'd have to do that. Taylor goes for 158 yards passing and 1 touchdown, 38 yards rushing and a touchdown. Zay Jones had 4 catches, but I mean, who cares? I mean, it was terrible. It's terrible. And now Kelvin Benjamin's hurt. We don't know the extent yet. Phillip Rivers just threw the ball to Keenan Allen Roto, 12 for 159 and 2 touchdowns for Keenan Allen. And Melvin Gordon ran for 20 for 80 and a touchdown. And Eckler ran for 40 yards and a touchdown. You just run against the Bills. Just run against the Bills. That's what you do. Now the Bills, here's who they play next week. The Chiefs. Please, Andy Reid, give the ball to Kareem Hunt. Please. Then the Patriots are there twice. I don't know who's going to run there. Not sure. Maybe they'll all just run. I think the game that shocked me the most was Cincinnati against Denver. But maybe I shouldn't have been shocked because Denver's passing game is just that bad. Mike McCoy got fired today, but I don't think it was his fault. How about Brock Osweiler just sucking? Trevor Siemian just not being good? Cincinnati did enough to win. A.J. Green scored. I didn't think he would. Tyler Kroft scored. I did think he would. But I just don't think Denver has enough. You can't win without a great quarterback. And the running game was there. 34 carries, 112 yards. The running game was there. But you need Brock to do something for you in the fourth quarter. He looked terrible. Andy Dalton made plays and Brock didn't. New England against the Raiders. Is it just me, or could New England won this game by about 50? They could have won. They could have scored every time they touched it. Dion Lewis, great play. Brandon Cooks Roto, loved him this week. Gronkowski didn't do that much. That was a shame. But Brady was amazing. 339 yards, 3 touchdowns. Derek Carr was disgusting. Crabtree was bleh. Cooper was okay, a good touchdown catch, but nothing more. Jared Cook disappeared. This just showed you why you're not... And Stephen Gostkowski was booming field goals. He could have made 75-yard field goals. 75-yard field goals. I mean, that's how good... That's how what the altitude was there. So the Patriots are just a terrific team. And let me tell you something about the Patriots. Let me tell you something. They're 8-2, right? They play the Dolphins, win. They play the Bills, win. They play the Dolphins, win. They play the Steelers, tough one. They play the Bills, win. They play the Jets, win. This team could be 14-2. Seriously, 14-2 without a great defense. And then finally, Philadelphia against Dallas. Carson Wentz practically did nothing last night. 168 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dak Prescott was embarrassing. 145 yards, 3 picks. Running for his life. 4 sacks, but tons of pressure. Ajayi was only 7 carries, 91 yards, but they ran the ball 33 times for 215 yards. Carson Wentz didn't even have to throw it, and that's my biggest fear. I have Wentz in the online championship, but I'm afraid he's not going to need to throw the ball that much. When you run this well, who needs to throw it? So, I don't know. I'm a little worried. I don't want them running the ball too well. It's going to hurt me. And please, I need the $50K. I got bills to pay. All right, let's take a look at tonight's game. Atlanta against Seattle. Devonta Freeman out. I like Tevin Coleman a lot. I love Matt Ryan. I love Julio Jones tonight. Richard Sherman is out. We know Richard Sherman is out, so go with him. I like Sanu to make a play tonight. I do. This is a bad Seahawks defense. Okay, Cam Chancellor's out. Richard Sherman's out. You've got Shaquille Griffin and Jeremy Lane. This is a bad secondary right now. So if Matt Ryan can't take advantage here, I don't know what the deal is. But I think Russell Wilson's going to have to play well. I love J.D. McKissick. I think he's very sneaky. The Falcons let up a lot of catches to opposing running backs. He's going to be a good play. Always love Doug Baldwin and love Jimmy Graham. I mean, what's not to love with these guys? They're sensational. Okay? But it should be a very wide open, high scoring game. So if you have Julio tonight, Wilson, Ryan, Coleman, this is a big game on Monday night. A lot of games probably still hanging in the balance here. So enjoy these games and watch them very, very closely. All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to scoutdfs.com. You get a 1-week free trial. And if you enter with the promo code MAUI, we'll sign you up for Maui Madness, baby. You win Maui Madness, you get a week. You get 5 days in Maui, I think it is. It's a week or 5 days. I saw the pictures. I was like, oh my God, it's beautiful. I need to be in Maui. I win my $50K. I'm going to Maui. Taking it with the family. But come on. You get a free week at Scout DFS. Our optimizer had Keenan Allen Roto. Was on point. And hey, maybe you end up going to Maui with our playoff contest. That's a pretty cool deal. Also go to scoutfantasy.com. Enter the promo code ROTO2017. Still not too late to join the Scout Army. Let us help you get to a fantasy football championship. You get half off your first month. If you win, it's worth every penny, right? It's worth every penny. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Remember, tomorrow we go mining the box scores for Fantasy Gold. But if you're playing tonight, I wish you much luck and success. I hope you win your game. Dr. Roto's rooting for you. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Be well. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!